From the very first sip of your morning coffee, you might believe that you are nourishing your body. But something is going wrong. Your energy is no longer the same. Your vitality seems to be fading. What if I told you that that breakfast you think of as healthy could actually be stealing years of strength and confidence? Just 2 months ago, Mr. Robert, 66 years old, came into my office looking downcast, dragging his feet. In his eyes, I saw that deep exhaustion I have seen so many times, and with a trembling voice he said, "I just can't go on anymore. Every morning I feel like my circulation is asleep," he confessed to me. It was at that moment I knew I needed to share this secret with you. After years of treating men with these same symptoms, I discovered that the real enemy is not age, it is breakfast. As I was explaining this to Mr. Robert, he interrupted me. "But I eat a healthy breakfast," he assured me. Whole grain cereals, toast, orange juice. And there was the mistake. What we believe to be healthy is often what silently destroys male vitality. Because by consuming those processed cereals every morning, you're creating sugar spikes that inflame your arteries. Those slices of white bread toast turn into a kind of glue inside your blood vessels. And that juice that appears natural is loaded with fructose, which hardens the arteries faster than the passing years. Mr. Robert couldn't believe it when I showed him his results. His blood pressure had risen by 30 points, and the most shocking part was that the culprit was his healthy breakfast. Just as you hear it. Those fortified cereals every morning were blocking his circulation, creating a silent inflammation that interrupted the blood flow to the most important areas of his body, especially where he needed it most. And here comes the most crucial point. His body wants to boost blood flow. It wants to preserve his intimate strength. It wants to keep his confidence firm, but it needs the right fuel to achieve this. And you will not find it in bottles of pills. You will find it in 5 surprisingly simple foods. Foods that have already helped many men notice changes in less than a week, and that you probably already have in your refrigerator. What I discovered next was even more revealing. Mr. Anthony, 73 years old, came worried because his wife did not recognize the man he used to be. "My husband is not the same anymore," she told me sadly. "He got tired too quickly, his legs felt heavy, and at night, that spark had disappeared." Mr. Anthony admitted it embarrassed. "I thought it was age," he said. "But when I analyzed his morning routine, I found the real culprit. His typical breakfast, coffee with sweet bread, eggs with refried beans, flour tortillas, all lovingly prepared by his wife. What they did not know is that this combination was sabotaging his circulation from the very start of the day. The reheated oils from the beans, the refined sugar in the sweet bread, the processed flours in the tortillas, everything was working against his vitality. All of this was creating a perfect storm of inflammation that was slowly choking his blood vessels. Imagine your arteries like garden hoses. Over the years, they become stiffer, but not because of age, rather because of what you let flow through them. When you consume processed foods loaded with damaged oils, those oils stick to the inner walls, inflame them, harden them, and reduce blood flow to the areas that matter most. But when you switch to the right foods, it's like giving them an internal massage. They soften, rejuvenate, open up, and the blood flows freely again. And now I want to tell you something that will surprise you. Before continuing, I would love to know something to connect with our community. Which city or country are you watching from? Write it in the comments. I love getting to know people who truly care about their health, and this allows me to create more useful and relevant content for you and your region. Let's get to the point. The first food that transformed Mr. Henry's life is something you may have been avoiding, thinking it is only useful for salads. However, fresh spinach in his morning smoothie acts like tiny nitric oxide capsules, that miraculous compound that relaxes and opens the arteries. A single serving of spinach contains 845 milligrams of nitrates, more than any other common vegetable at the supermarket. Mr. Henry started with just 2 cups of spinach in his smoothie each morning. Just with that, in 3 weeks, he called me full of excitement. "I feel like I'm 48 years old, my legs no longer feel heavy, I have the energy to run after my grandchildren, and at night, well, my wife is thrilled." All thanks to the spinach waking up his nitric oxide pathway, the same mechanism expensive medications use, but naturally and without side effects. And wait, because the second food is even more delicious. I was in Mr. Anthony's kitchen with the aroma of freshly brewed coffee when he showed me his pantry. Then I understood everything. He had Greek yogurt, but reserved it for special occasions. He didn't know that this creamy treasure, combined with blueberries, could completely transform his circulation. Greek yogurt is not just protein. It contains live probiotics that reduce intestinal inflammation. And here is the big secret. 70% of your immune system depends on balance in the gut. When that balance is disrupted, a silent inflammation ignites, damaging the inner lining of the arteries and reducing blood flow from the moment you wake up. On the other hand, Greek yogurt with live probiotics helps repair that damage, while the berries, with their anthocyanins, those blue and reddish pigments, protect nitric oxide so it stays active longer. It's like having an army of cleaning and defense working inside your blood vessels. Mr. Anthony swapped his sweet bread for Greek yogurt with berries. In just 2 weeks, his wife called me in tears of joy. I don't know what happened to my husband, but he seems like a different man. He has energy, looks younger, and an intimacy. It's like when we were dating. That is the real power of properly nourishing your circulation. And here we reach a crucial point, the third food that many men overlook. They reduce it to a simple, expensive guacamole, but avocado deserves much more respect, especially for any man over 60 who wants strong, reliable circulation where he needs it most. This creamy green fruit is an absolute champion for circulation, packed with nutrients that directly support blood flow, energy, and morning vitality. Mr. Julian, 61 years old, laughed the first time someone suggested adding half an avocado to his breakfast. "That's just expensive guacamole," he said, shrugging. Julian was struggling with heavy legs, low stamina, and energy crashes every afternoon. However, he decided to give avocado a chance, a small but powerful change. The monounsaturated fats in this fruit, along with its extraordinary potassium content, help the arteries expand and contract as they should, promoting what is called flow-mediated dilation. The same function doctors look at to measure vascular health. In fact, a study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association revealed that eating avocado twice a week can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease by 16%. That is not a minor benefit, especially when circulation affects not only the heart, but also confidence and intimacy. Avocado keeps the blood vessels flexible and boosts nitric oxide production, activating the same pathway that some prescription medications support, but naturally and without side effects. Julian stuck to his routine, half an avocado every morning, spread on a whole grain toast with a touch of lemon. In just 2 weeks, he noticed that his legs felt lighter, almost elastic, and he had enough energy for his daily walks. He laughed with relief, telling his neighbor, "I think this green thing is actually working." Even his mood improved because good circulation is not just about blood flow, but also about confidence and quality of life. There is a powerful reason to eat avocado in the morning. Its healthy fats activate the heart and blood vessels early, preparing the body to maintain steady circulation throughout the day. Additionally, at that time, the body absorbs fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K more effectively, which are essential for vascular health and immune defense. And if you want to boost this effect even further, combine the avocado with a handful of berries or a slice of orange. The vitamin C in these fruits works together with the nutrients in avocado, improving absorption and multiplying the benefits for blood flow. Don't let skepticism stop you from trying something so simple. Just half an avocado each morning can make a real difference in your energy, stamina, and yes, in intimate circulation. Being consistent with this small habit can restore the vitality you deserve, one morning at a time. But now let me tell you about the fourth food, one that almost cost me my reputation. Dark chocolate for breakfast? Yes, you heard that right, dark chocolate. That intense and slightly bitter bar that most people reserve for dessert can actually support your circulation in ways you would never imagine. Some of my patients almost fall out of their chairs when I suggest it. Are you serious? Chocolate for circulation, they ask incredulously. But this is not about those sugar-laden supermarket bars. We are talking about dark chocolate with a high cocoa content, 70% or more, loaded with flavanols of almost medicinal quality, capable of doing much more than satisfying a sweet craving. These powerful plant compounds help keep blood vessels open, flexible, and responsive. In fact, various studies have shown that they can improve vessel function even more than some conventional treatments. What does this mean? More oxygen, more nutrients, and better circulation, including exactly where you need it most in the mornings. That is why it is so important to consume these flavanols first thing in the morning. Overnight, your antioxidant reserves decrease and your blood vessels become less responsive. But just a few small pieces of dark chocolate in the morning quickly rebuild nitric oxide levels, restoring optimal vascular function so you feel more energetic, more active, and yes, ready to enjoy a fuller, intimate life. Mr. Leonard, 65 years old, used to start each day with a sense of stiffness and heaviness, as if his circulation refused to get going. He described it very clearly. It's like my body is stuck in first gear. He felt exhausted, frustrated, and even a little embarrassed. That is why I encouraged him to try something as simple as it was surprising: 1 or 2 squares of 70% dark chocolate alongside his morning coffee. In just 1 week, Mr. Leonard called me amazed. He told me he felt more agile, more alert, and no longer struggled with that slow, heavy feeling every morning. His energy soared, and he even joked that down there, things also seemed more awake. That is the kind of real transformation that demonstrates the power of flavanol-rich chocolate. Restoring your circulation doesn't have to feel like a punishment. It doesn't have to be bland or boring. Nature offers foods that strengthen both your body and your spirit. A piece of dark chocolate in the morning is not just a treat, it is a strategy to strengthen blood flow and maintain confidence. And with this, we arrive at the 5th and final food. It is called the True Circulation Restorer, and for good reason. With its ruby red hue and almost majestic taste, pomegranate has conquered centuries of history. Ancient kings valued it as a symbol of strength and endurance, and today modern science confirms why. Inside each shiny seed lies one of the most concentrated sources of polyphenol that improves circulation. These compounds penetrate deeply into the network of blood vessels, reinforcing and supporting healthy flow in men who wish to maintain pelvic strength and tissue well-being. The unique nutrients of pomegranate work like a precision tool, helping everything function in harmony exactly where it matters most. Pomegranate is, in fact, the fruit with the highest concentration of circulatory polyphenol in nature. These compounds target pelvic blood flow, giving strength, endurance, and energy exactly when it is needed most. Researchers have identified 2 key compounds in pomegranate: elagitannins and anthocyanins. These natural defenders activate nitric oxide pathways in the body, boosting its production, keeping blood vessels flexible, and protecting against harmful oxidation. This combination allows the vessels to expand more easily, letting blood circulate freely and reinforcing confidence and vitality every day. Data published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences showed that pomegranate can produce visible results in just 30 minutes or a few hours. Participants demonstrated measurable improvements in vessel diameter and blood flow. And the best part is that by consuming pomegranate every morning, the benefits accumulate over time, training the arteries to remain open and resilient. A handful of fresh seeds in your breakfast or a small glass of pure pomegranate juice can be the missing step in your morning routine. It is a simple yet incredibly powerful way to nourish circulation and regain energy. Think of Mr. Manuel, 69 years old, who suffered from poor circulation, cold hands and feet, and constant fatigue that dimmed his spark. After adding just 120 milliliters of pure pomegranate juice to his mornings, he began to notice a profound change. Within a few weeks, his energy returned, his hands felt warm again, and he described renewed vitality day after day. Even in his medical tests, his doctor confirmed an improvement in blood flow, clear evidence that small habits can produce extraordinary results. Pomegranate represents the pinnacle of what nature offers to support circulation. It works every day by building nitric oxide, promoting healthy blood flow, and protecting the delicate tissues that sustain your confidence. Warmth, vitality, and strength are within reach when the body is given the nutrients it so desperately needs. And this is just the beginning, because once you experience what pomegranate can do, you will wonder what happens when you combine all 5 morning foods. The synergy can surprise you, delivering results far greater than any single food could achieve alone. The best changes come from intelligent combination, not isolated effort. Your body responds to this union of nutrients working together, unlocking much more power than each food could offer on its own. Nutrition experts call this food synergy when foods enhance each other to strengthen circulation, protect the vessels, and deliver energy where it really matters. It is a tangible, proven effect supported by serious scientific research. Think of it this way: 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 doesn't feel like 5, it can feel like 10. That is the multiplied impact of a smart morning routine, with the right foods working together, boosting the benefits of each and giving your circulation a real chance to flourish. Mr. Richard, 72 years old, experienced this firsthand. He struggled with constant fatigue, heavy legs, cold hands, and confidence that seemed to shrink with each passing day. Nothing changed until he committed to a synergy plan. He started with a smoothie of spinach blended with berries and Greek yogurt, half an avocado at breakfast, 2 squares of dark chocolate alongside his coffee, and 4 ounces of pure pomegranate juice. All of this as part of a simple morning habit. 10 days later, he confessed to me that he felt 10 years younger. His legs were strong, his hands warm, and a spark of confidence shone in him like it hadn't in a long time. And that's because when these 5 foods are combined, their benefits don't just add up. They multiply in a powerful sequence that the body perceives deeply. The effect begins with the probiotics in Greek yogurt, which optimize the absorption of nitrates from the spinach, preparing the ground for more effective vessel dilation. Then, the vitamin C from the berries boosts the absorption of flavonols from the dark chocolate, further strengthening vascular health. Finally, the healthy fats from avocado allow the body to make the most of the polyphenol from pomegranate juice, the greatest protector of nitric oxide, the key molecule for strong and stable circulation. This creates a continuous cycle where each nutrient amplifies the next, forming a cascade that strengthens itself. The antioxidants in the chocolate, berries, and pomegranate work together to shield this system from damage, keeping blood vessels elastic and open. This synergy is the big difference between merely managing symptoms and truly healing the root cause of poor circulation. And the benefits don't stop at the physical level. Stronger circulation fuels confidence, elevates energy, and restores a genuine sense of vitality. Many older men tell me they feel a renewed connection to life itself, simply by nourishing their bodies with what they need to function as they should. It's about restoring strength and well-being naturally, with habits that, day by day, build real and lasting change. Mr. James is not an isolated case. Many other men who commit to this 5-food morning routine notice the same improvements: more warmth, renewed energy, and even surprising mental clarity. They are no longer just coping with symptoms. They're supporting their circulation and pelvic health from the inside out. This gives them a real advantage against the challenges that come with aging. Because knowing what helps your circulation is only the beginning. Without action, that knowledge becomes nothing more than costly information with no real impact. Every morning you delay taking action is a morning lost to stiffness, fatigue, and fading vitality. The clock doesn't stop, and neither should you. You have already taken the most important step. You are here, watching this message. That puts you ahead of most men who simply accept decline as inevitable. Your presence here shows that you are truly serious about changing your life.